Welcome to the Aging Parent Playbook, the podcast that empowers adult children of aging parents to navigate the complexities of caregiving, family dynamics, and senior care with confidence. I'm Dr. Barbara Sparacino, a triple board certified psychiatrist and coach, here to guide you through real-world strategies and expert advice to help your loved ones age with dignity while protecting your own well-being. Whether you're new to caregiving or have been at it for years, this playbook is for you. Let's dive in to today's episode. Hello, and welcome to the Aging Parent Playbook. I'm your host, Dr. Barbara Sparacino, adult and geriatric psychiatrist, coach, and most importantly, someone who understands firsthand the challenges that come with supporting aging parents. I'm thrilled to kick off this very first episode of the podcast with you. Whether you're here because you're currently navigating this journey, anticipating it, or just trying to learn more, you're in the right place. I want to start by telling you a little bit about myself, my philosophy when it comes to caring for aging parents, how my coaching program, the Aging Parent Plan, can make a difference in your life, and why I decided to start this podcast. For those of you who are new to my world, let me share a bit about my background. I'm a triple board certified psychiatrist specializing in adult and geriatric psychiatry and also addiction medicine. In my more than 17 years in practice, I've worked in various healthcare settings, including inpatient, residential, outpatient, and even psychiatric emergency rooms. I've supported patients and their families through some of the most difficult and challenging times of life. I chose psychiatry knowing I would focus on the geriatric population, an often underserved group. My work with the aging has given me deep insight into the unique challenges that aging brings, not just for individuals, but for entire families. And that's where my passion for supporting adult children of aging parents really blossomed. In addition to my professional background, I'm also a wife, mother, and daughter. My husband and I are raising our amazing young son. Between balancing work, life, and caring for my own aging family members, I'm well acquainted with the challenges many of you are facing. So trust me when I say that I've been there, and I'm here to help. My philosophy when it comes to caring for aging parents is simple but profound. It's all about being proactive rather than reactive. So many of us wait until there's a crisis, a fall, a diagnosis, or a financial emergency before we start thinking about how we'll care for our parents. And I completely understand that. It's human nature to put off difficult decisions. But the truth is, when we wait for a crisis, we limit our options and increase our stress. My approach is to encourage you to plan ahead, communicate openly with your parents and family, and prepare not just for the challenges, but also for the opportunities that come with caring for loved ones in this stage of life. I believe in a holistic approach, one that takes into account legal, financial, emotional, and caregiving aspects, all while managing your own well-being. Now I want to introduce you to my signature coaching program, the Aging Parent Plan. This 8-week program is designed to provide adult children like you with the knowledge, tools, and support you need to manage your parents' aging journey with confidence and clarity. The program is built around 4 key pillars: legal issues, family dynamics and relationships, caregiving abilities, and stress management. Let me quickly break down these pillars for you. With legal issues, we cover critical documents like wills, power of attorney, and healthcare directives to help you avoid potential disputes and ensure your parents' wishes are honored. In family dynamics and relationships, we explore how managing family roles and conflicts can be one of the hardest parts of this journey. But with the right strategies, you can foster healthier communication and stronger relationships. In caregiving abilities, we realize that not everyone is cut out to be a caregiver, and that's okay. We explore realistic caregiving options, including finding outside help, setting boundaries, and making sure you're not burning out in the process. With stress management, it's last but not least, we focus on you, your emotional and mental health. You can't pour from an empty cup, and it's crucial that you're caring for yourself as much as you're caring for your parents and everyone else. This program is designed to be practical and actionable, but it's also deeply compassionate. I know this journey is hard and it's okay to feel overwhelmed. That's why I've created a supportive community of like-minded individuals going through the same thing. So you don't have to do it alone. Now, you might be wondering, why a podcast? Well, over the years, I've had the privilege of working with thousands of families, and one thing has become crystal clear. People need reliable, empathetic guidance they can access on their own terms. Whether you're commuting to work, walking the dog, or sitting at home with a cup of tea, I want to be able to reach you where you are, because I know that's where you need the support. The central idea behind all of my work is helping you feel prepared and empowered to handle whatever comes your way as your parents age. Each week, we'll dive into a different topic related to aging parents, whether it's legal advice, family dynamics, or self-care. I'll be interviewing experts in law, healthcare, and finance, and sometimes I'll just be sharing practical tips or answering your questions. Think of it as a toolbox you can dip into whenever you need guidance. So, what can you expect from this podcast? Well, first, we'll cover real life situations. I want to bring in stories and case studies from my work, as well as some of the experiences my clients have faced. I know how isolated you can feel in this process, but trust me, you are not alone. We'll also be diving into those 4 pillars I mentioned earlier, starting with legal issues next week. I'm going to give you a sneak peek into some of the most important legal documents you and your parents should have in place and why they're essential. We'll also be discussing how to initiate these conversations with your parents, because I know that's one of the biggest hurdles many of you face. Before we wrap up today, I want to thank you for being here. Whether you're just starting out on this journey or you're deep in the trenches of caregiving, I hope this podcast becomes a trusted resource for you. I know how much is at stake, not just your parents' well-being, but your own peace of mind, your family relationships, and even your personal goals and ambitions. So I invite you to subscribe, share this podcast with others who might benefit from it, and join me on this journey. In the next episode, we'll get into some tangible tips and strategies that you can start implementing right away. If you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover, feel free to reach out. You can connect with me on social media or through my website, theagingparentcoach.com. Thank you for tuning in to my very first episode of the Aging Parent Playbook. I'm Dr. Barbara Sparacino, and I can't wait to continue this conversation with you next week. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Aging Parent Playbook. I hope you found the information useful and empowering. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you listen to podcasts. And don't forget to share it with someone who could benefit from this playbook too. For more tips, resources, and details about my coaching program, The Aging Parent Plan, visit my website at theagingparentcoach.com. Until next time, remember, you don't have to navigate this journey alone. We're in this together. The content shared on the Aging Parent Playbook is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical, legal, or financial advice. Always consult with a qualified professional regarding your specific situation. Listening to this podcast does not establish a doctor-patient relationship. Any opinions shared are my own and do not reflect those of any organization I'm affiliated with.